So, having now this was having worked with R. Kelly then,
Yes.
and he was on the road to becoming huge.
Yes.
And now, unfortunately, his demise. I'm going to say demise because he's under the jail right now.
Sure.
So, how was your relationship with him at that time? Did he seem weird? Did he like, your little niece and stuff like that? What's going on?
You know what's crazy? So again, met him at Daddy's house. He had been listening to all the Puff stuff. And he asked him, yo, who's that girl you got writing all your stuff over there? Can you get her for me? So it was Puffy that called me. They were working on something. He said, hey, R. Kelly's in town and he's looking for you. You want to come through the session tonight? I said, sure. So that's how we got started.
Right.
And he started flying me out to Chicago to write. Oddly enough, even though he's older than I am by a few years, I took on a very older sister role with him. I was the one in the room if, I felt like he was a little whatever. It's weird. If he was, a little, I'd be like, oh, come on, we got work to do. But our relationship stayed very professional. He never brought anything around me. And people don't believe it, but he never, ever brought anything around me. He never acted weird. He never tried to make a path. We very much so had a brother, like to the degree where we're working, it's 3:00 in the morning, he'll send somebody out for White Castle, eat 5 White Castle burgers, and then lock the door and pass gas. So I can't, it was like that. It was very much so like that. So I wasn't exposed to any of the things that a lot of people say. Now, obviously, I heard rumors. I heard about different things.
Did you?
So I kept,
at that time?
I mean, I think we all heard rumors. We all heard rumors.
What were some of the rumors you heard?
Well, the rumors were that he liked underage girls. He never had any underage girls around me. But I knew his wife.
Yeah.
I knew the kids. I had spent time in the house with his wife and kids, all the way down to the last baby. When Drea had the last baby, and she wasn't feeling well and she was tired, I went to Chicago, went to the house, played with the kids, cooked for the kids. She was in the bed. So that really was who I was to that family. So I was not exposed to a lot of the other shenanigans. And I think that there was a part of him that understood that if I did see any of that I wouldn't be like somebody else and turn my head the other way.
How do you feel about him being convicted on these 9 counts now?
I think where there's smoke, there's fire. And I would say this, for as far back as the allegations go, and to know that there was a trial that he was acquitted in many, many years ago, if that was the behavior that he was partaking in and he continued to do it, when I go back to how I was raised, we were always taught that a warning comes before destruction. So
what sickens me is, he didn't do it by himself.
And that's the other thing I'm going to say. So in this business, and nobody really wants to talk about it, in this business, that's not odd. That's actually the culture. It's the culture. And now that I have seen that culture. I've seen mothers bring their daughters backstage.
Well,
and that's the thing that nobody wants to talk about.
That's the dirty part of it.
Yeah.
Is that every victim had a parent who was anxious to help them get into the lifestyle, business.
Get into the business, make some money. And it's unfortunate that young girls, they say that girls are so unprotected. Young women of color are extremely unprotected.
Extremely.
And in a lot of instances, I've seen, and I won't even say with him, I've toured with some of everybody. I've seen the mothers come to the shows in twin outfits with their underage children and trying to get backstage. So I think that if we're going to ever really hit that, then you got to go after everybody.
That's right.
You have to go after everybody. You have to go after the people who have helped them.
Sure.
Don't cut a deal with them and tell them if you give me him,
that you'll be okay.
That you'll be okay, because I'll say this.
Because they're as guilty as he is.
They're as guilty as he is.
If they booked the ticket, if they flew him out, if they picked him up at the airport,
and trust me, they did, because he
wasn't
wasn't getting on the phone, calling the airline, booking a ticket.
That's
He wasn't,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So there were a lot of people